That's right, y'all. We back on the scene to pull the lesson out. Gaming looks good. Episode number 6, Battlefield Hardline, the retail version. Now, this is the show where we look at games, about 5-10 minutes from the lens of diversity, people of color, gender, all that good stuff. My name is Shareef Jackson. I'm here in Milwaukee chilling, and we're going to get into some Hardline, y'all, so let's do it. So you might know that we covered the beta in the first episode, actually. And the main thing there was like talking about the sort of language between how the cops talked and how the criminals talked. So check out episode 1 if you want a little bit of that. But there's basically a lot of motherfuckers from the criminals, not as many from the cops, and that's just how it was. But right now we're going to get mostly into the single player of the campaign. I played through it. If you're expecting like a full review of the game, this is not what this is. This is really just looking at it from the diversity angle. So just to set your expectations there. So let us get right into the video here. So let us see. Back of a black man's head. So when you first start the game, you're arresting a black dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you're arresting people. He comes in with some food, like you run, chase him. Your idiot partner shoots out his tires. He flips over and you arrest him. So this is the first interaction with a black person that you have in the game, followed by some of the other black people that you see during the early part of the game when you're going through the ghetto. So let's check that out.
You have the right to remain silent. Fuck you, man. Oh, you heard this before, huh?
Okay, I know. It's just I'm what you call a capitalist.
Sorry, man. Not when I'm on duty.
Okay. All right, well, officer, you take care of the neighborhood. Be safe. All right.
Damn. You stuffed something in those pants, officer?
Thomas, don't make me check your pockets, because I know what I'll find.
You sure do.
Ruben, put a leash on this guy and get that in a bag.
Actually, I don't really have a bag. I don't have a bag.
All right, so, dope acting, right? I mean, dope voice acting, like the facial animations are dope, but you're in this sketchy areas. Everybody you see is black, dark skin. Now they could be technically dark Dominican, Haitian. This is Miami, but the point is that, all the darker skinned characters that you see so far, criminal, drunk, homeless dude, and so for the beginning of the game, I'm getting kind of worried because at first I'm excited because as you can see, like my partner is Asian. She's actually a Vietnamese American played by Kelly Hu, which is awesome. And Mendoza, your character, is a Cuban dude. But I'm still worried that, all the black people I see so far are like this. Now, I read earlier before I played this that there is a black person that you team up with, but this is the early part of the game and I'm like, what is going on? So the first time that you meet somebody that's actually interesting, that's not one of these NPCs here, that's sketchy, is actually this dude called a Nels who runs like the drug drops in like the swamp area. So let's go into the first time that you meet Nels.
Nels, get your hands up! Keep them up!
Mendoza, right?
Save it!
I took Starter's deal. You got some fucked up friends, Mendoza.
Wait, what deal?
I'm a ghost to you.
You hear me? Damn it!
Now, the same time that Mendoza says, damn it, I'm screaming, damn it. Because I'm like, this is the first black dude that seems interesting. And he goes away on a boat. And it's not like we jump on a boat to catch him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm thinking he's gone forever. And like, I'm like, damn, like he seems like he's talking about a deal. I don't know what the deal is, but I know that he has some power because he's controlling like these drug drops. So I'm like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? Now you do get to find out a little bit more about him when you run into him a little later. So let's check that out.
Nels, put the gun down now!
Whoa. I took the deal. You, Stoddard, take it all. I'm out of here.
Put the piece down, and we can talk about Stoddard, this deal, whatever else you want.
So I had to break out the raid and shutting down Jats because they basically shut the hell out of Nels. Like, you're just getting to know him. Like, it seems like he's working with this crooked cop and he's maybe has a drug deal with him. But before you even find out anything more about him, he's surrendering him, shot in the head. So far in this game, I'm like, all right, we got, somebody that you arrest, an obvious thug, homeless dude, drunk dude that looks interesting, that gets killed after 10 seconds of interaction with him. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening in this game? So I'm really worried at this point. But then you run into Boomer, who is played by Eugene Bird, who I've defined as the black dude, because I saw this guy's face, and this game uses the animation of the actual voice actors. I'm like, I know this guy. He was in all these shows. He's basically the black guy that you see in a lot of these shows. So you run into him. He's kind of like the nerdy hacker guy, but he's also the comic relief. So let's see how that works out.
Hey!
Thanks.
Hey! No! Hey! Man! Don't be part of the problem, man!
Yeah, so you literally find this dude in a trunk, and then you put him back in the trunk. And again, just like how Nels went out on the boat, I was like, I hope we see this guy again. I hope we don't just leave him in the trunk. So let's check out some more of Boomer here.
Wait, where's the kid? No idea. Looks like he split.
I want my laptop.
That's $9.9 million worth of coke.
What are you, drug Rain Man?
You gonna love this. Bam!
I went AWOL.
For how long?
Technically, I'm still AWOL.
Yeah, so, he's funny. He's goofy at some time, but it's actually kind of a smart humor. He's not cold training it up like the comic relief that's just screaming woohoo and all that shit. So I actually like this. He's complex, he's smart, he's funny. He's actually that kind of guy that you kind of need in these buddy cop things. So I'm liking this, you know what I'm saying? So he doesn't fit the the characters that we've already seen, except for Renly. But ways get killed. Sorry, Nels, not Renly. I was thinking about Game of Thrones for some reason. So he's basically a Nels that stays alive. So we have interesting black dude trying to figure out his story. He's this AWOL analyst that's helping you out. Don't really know why. So it's pretty cool. And they actually do a pretty they do some commentary on an interracial relationship that he actually has with a white girl in the game. So let's check out the commentary on that.
I gotta know what happened with you two.
Well,
Marcus and I were very much in love. My father didn't approve.
Oh, I can give you one guess why.
So that's the white girl in the car, and he's basically yeah, I'll tell you why her dad didn't like me. And then we meet her dad.
Oh, and Marcus, just so we're clear, race is not a factor here. My dislike of you is strictly personal.
Which I actually think is pretty cool. It's not anything really deep, but the fact that a Battlefield game of all games actually acknowledges this is actually pretty dope, and more than I was expecting. So we do meet this other black guy who we don't really know that well. He's one of the bad guys, but he does seem kind of interesting. So let's check him out. And he doesn't really have a name, but I found him kind of interesting. So let's check him out.
Who killed him? You. Man, I'm out of here.
Gentlemen, sit down.
So he gets shut down. He doesn't get killed, but he's I'm out. And they nah, black man, sit your ass down. And then the funniest thing, I swear this guy is him. It looks like you arrest the same guy later when you infiltrate, and he's working the grill at this party. Look.
Stay right where.
That's got to be him. It looks just like him. He's sizzling up the steaks. He got the beard. When you take him down, he clips through the grill. You basically arrest him at the grill, which I think is just hilarious. Now, some of the best parts of the game is when, you, Boomer, Kai, and this other dude, Tyson, are just kind of together, you're doing a mission, you're kind of joking. It really does evoke that kind of Law and Order feel. And one of my favorite parts is...
Give me the C4. Here. Got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in here too?
Well, I could write bomb across it if you want.
Come on, let's get this over with.
So yeah, I just love that, Kai is about that business, and the rest of them are just, kind of joking around. Speaking of Kai, yo, she kicks ass, yo. Check out some of these scenes of Kai here.
Kai! What the fuck?
We
got half the hoods in Miami shooting at us and you're working over Leo? What the hell are you thinking?
Are we gonna have a problem?
Yeah, so she takes no shit. And there's actually one really cool part that I didn't capture on the video, but like somebody actually makes fun of her saying that she knows karate because she's Asian, and she basically like, karate's bullshit. I really fight, you know what I'm saying? So I really love how they made her a badass. Thank God they did not make her a love interest. She doesn't fall in love with your character. They just make her, she has her own motivations. And so she doesn't just become like a trope where she's just used to make you think about like Mendoza, right? Like she has, you know, she's a full character, which I think is awesome. And something I wouldn't really expect from, like I said, a first-person shooter, let alone Battlefield, right? So it'd be cool if you could play as a woman, which you can't, you know, but, you know, it's still, you know, something that is rather progressive for this genre. And Kai, also pretty funny. So let's check out some of her jokes here.
How about I tell you both to go fuck yourselves?
Then we go fuck ourselves.
Yeah. What?
And these are Nelson's guys. Here, talk to them.
Now, this part is so funny. So you have to impersonate a thug and you do this horrible accent and she is just looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing? It's that same look that your friends probably give you when you do just some dumb shit. Check it out.
Can't get Tommy.
No!
Hey. Yeah, it's all good. I'm here.
What the fuck is it?
Look at her face. She's just like, what?
It's Antonio.
Where's Tommy?
Yeah, he's taking a shit.
Nice.
And yo, who hasn't said nice when like your friend just like does some just dumb shit? So like the single player, you know, so we have, you know, so they start off with the really bad characterizations of African Americans in the game. You do get Boomer, who is a cool, but kind of aside from that, you still do have, you know, I feel like a lot of these NPCs that, you know, you can still have other black NPCs that aren't just your thugs and like all that stuff. So I think they do good with the core team. I still think that they could, you know, like diversify up the other NPCs in the game. So let's move on to the multiplayer. So my last video was all multiplayer, so I'm not going to spend as much time on this one. Unfortunately, things have not changed. Can't play as a woman, even though there's an awesome female character in the game. Her skin is not in the multiplayer. I have no idea why. It just doesn't make any sense. And, you know, it doesn't look like there's the voice acting, as I mentioned in the previous video, that points to them even wanting to include women in it. And I had a problem with the cursing that the criminals did. So let's see if there's anything different. Let's check out this first scene from the multiplayer.
Oh, yeah?
So there's a lot of stuff going on there, right? You hear cursing, action from the cops and the criminals. Really cool. Immerses you in the scene. There's bombs going off. People are screaming. That's really what you expect from a Battlefield game. Pretty dope. It sounded like maybe they fixed some of the issues there. Now let's hear a little more from the cops.
There's a medkit. Go under arrest.
Right. So here's a med kit and you're under arrest after you shoot someone, which is pretty hilarious. Let's go to the criminals.
Have a grenade, motherfucker!
Grenade out!
So you heard the grenade out in the background. So obviously the cop says it kind of normally and like you're just like crazy. So how do you call for medkits, criminals?
Hey, medkit, motherfucker! Dropping a medkit, motherfucker! Medkit here!
Right, so they try to throw in the little med kit here to try to diversify it up, which they didn't have in the beta, but still bad, y'all. They still need to fix this and make it so that the criminals don't sound like stereotypes. It's ridiculous. All right, so I always end with some funny stuff and some glitches. So first one I got for you is a really horrible alligator CGI fight, believe it or not. It's so dumb and the button presses are so ridiculous. Check out and pay attention to where the buttons are on the screen. So the button presses are just AWD, which is, left, up, and right. So that's probably what it is on the console. But the buttons are right in front of the screen. So it's literally just you press A, then you press W, and you press D, and it's over. Usually a QTE gives you a little more challenge than that. This is just brain dead stupid. Plus, you're fighting an alligator. It's Battlefield. You're a cop. You shouldn't be fighting alligators. And the second one is, like, you're chasing this guy, and you get to a door, and they actually use the door for loading the next scene, but it's kind of unrealistic because you're in a chase, and then the door actually loads. Gotta see it to believe it. Check this out.
Got Leo?
Also, look at the guy on the marker, the blue triangle on the lower left-hand side.
He's faster than he looks.
So he just freezes. And right on the door handle, you see the loading sign, so you can't go through the door. The guy that you're chasing is just frozen.
This hotel should have a security room. I'll look for him in the surveillance system.
Okay, keep me posted.
I was laughing my ass off because this goes on for way too long. and then it loads, and you can open, and the guy's right there, still running, and you're chasing him. So kind of crazy, y'all, with the glitches. Kind of ridiculous, but y'all, that was Battlefield Hardline. That's kind of the race and diversity thing. They do an okay job with the team, but as I said, still some kinks out there. But check out GameLessGood.com. Check out the hashtag GameLessGood on Twitter, and follow me at Shareef Jackson. Peace, y'all. Have a great day, night, week, whatever you got, y'all. Peace.
Back to the lab with the mic